In this lecture, we are going to learn how to automatically generate three concepts we normally use when doing our Java programming. Those are getters and setters, hashcode and equals, and toString. In order to do that, we have to place in the class we want to generate those things for, and right-click and select Generate. Another option is to use the shortcut that is Alt plus Insert. Insert is located in the numerical keyboard on the 0 key. So I'm going to use the shortcut, and the pop-up shows up. So the point is that when you use a class in Java, you wouldn't normally access the fields directly, but instead you would use getters and setters. The point is generating all of them would be very tough and annoying when there are a bunch of them. You would have to copy and paste them, and it's error prone. You could save that effort using this option that IntelliJ provides. In addition to that, you can provide IntelliJ with templates on how to generate the function itself. Maybe you want the name to be in a special case, maybe you want the parameters to be in a certain format, maybe you want the definition of the function to be in a single line, whatever you name it. That's a bit advanced, and we are not going to see in this tutorial, but it's good for you to know that those things exist. In here, you have to select which fields you want to generate getters and setters for. I'm going to select all of them, just hit OK. And then we have generated all those things. As you can see, there are a bunch of them, maybe 70 lines generated, so it's a lot of work we save. Beyond that, we can generate other things that normally would be certainly complex. For example, hashcode and equals. As you may know, you must generate both of them at the same time because one affects the other. So in order to do that, just hit Add and Insert, and if you generate it with IntelliJ, you won't make a mistake because IntelliJ generates both of them at the same time. In addition to that, as you can see in here, IntelliJ provides you with advice. I mean, in the end, they are expert people doing this, and you can take advantage of all that knowledge. For example, it says here that you can accept subclasses of a class within the equal parameters because some of the frameworks that are normally used use proxy instances in order to perform their duty. And if you don't accept those, equals is not going to behave as you expect. In addition to that, it allows you to use getters during code generation. But we are not going to use them right now. I suppose if we mark them as not null, IntelliJ is not going to put a check to see if they are null or not. And here it is generated. As you can see, well, I expected it to be larger, but in any case, it's a lot of work IntelliJ saves us. Well, as you can see in here, there is an error. That's because it is requesting that we have to use the API 1.7 or above. Well, in order to solve that, the only thing you have to do is to use the plugin API for the JDK 1.7 or above. So we are going to do that in here. You have to go to Google. Okay. And just write plugin Maven JDK 8. The first link that shows up, you can use that. Just copy it from here and paste it here. Delete the ellipses. And that's all, the error is gone. The last thing we are going to see is how to generate toString. I don't know if people keep doing it by hand. I suppose there are many ways to do this. I mean, new frameworks came up in order to do this programmatically instead of generating it statically. But normally what people did was just generating it by hand. Maybe they typed it, or maybe they copied it from another class. But you can also do it in IntelliJ. Just right-click, click Generate, and hit toString. You just have to select the fields you want. It's going to insert override in addition. In addition to that, as you can see in here, it has many templates. We are going to have a look at them. You can use just the plus concatenation operator. You can use it, and in addition to that, also serialize the fields of the superclass by calling the super toString. You can use a string buffer or a string builder so that you can optimize the generation, and in addition you can make it thread safe. We don't want any of them, so just hit OK. That's all for this lesson.